Well, the time is just gone 10 minutes past 5 as we continue with the broadcast this evening and this afternoon as we head towards Iftar, which is just over an hour away here in Johannesburg, being the 5th of Ramadan. Here in Johannesburg, Durban will have their Iftar just at around 6 p.m. this evening. But right now, we're going across to be joined by Mohammad Jibran Khan. We're talking about 20 pilgrims, 20 people who have been on the way to Umrah, and 29 others that were injured in a bus crash in Saudi Arabia. And the bus was transporting people to the holy city of Makkah on Monday when it hit a breach and apparently it overturned and caught fire. So to tell us more, we are joined out of Karachi by Mohammad Jibran Khan. Mohammad Jibran, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ramadan Kareem to you, Ramadan Mubarak. And as always, an absolute pleasure having you with us.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ramadan Mubarak to you and to the viewers of Salam Media as well. And it's absolute a pleasure to be here again with you.
Yes, obviously, sadly, we've learned about this bus and we've seen videos that have been posted on social media showing this bus that was engulfed in flames. And at this point in time, we're not too sure what the cause is, but clearly, this is a tragedy. And that started right at the beginning of this month of Ramadan.
Absolutely, it's a tragedy beyond words. At least 20 people we know confirmed have died in the crash, and 29 people are injured. So this accident happened around 4 p.m. on Monday in the southern region of Saudi Arabia called the Al Asir province. So it's around 500 kilometers from Makkatul Mukarramah. So as everyone knows, it's Ramadan and everyone is seeing pictures from Makkatul Mukarramah. It's back at full capacity, and people from all around the world, and including Saudi Arabia, travel to Makkah for performing the lesser pilgrimage. So as usual, every weekend, every week, the starting of the week, people boarded their buses to go to Makkah, and unfortunately, this one ended in tragedy. So what we know so far is that 20 people have died, and this accident occurred in a mountainous area called Ashar Bashar in Asir province. So we do not know much about it because much of the reported thing is not from official sources but from reporters who were there on the ground. So there are some conflicting report of what actually happened. Some have Al Akhbariya reported, a reporter from Al Akhbariya said that it happened due to some problem with the bus. He said the brakes had failed, and during when they were like coming down from the mountainous area on the bridge, they struck the left side of the bridge, and unfortunately, the bus fell and a few meters down, and the, the bus got engulfed in flame. So I don't know how he reached that conclusion so early on in the investigation, but many outlets are reporting the same. We do not yet have an official report from the civil defense who rescued the people and recovered the dead bodies from the site.
Yes. Now, it does appear as if the nationals that we are talking about could possibly be Saudi nationals and not foreigners, Mohammed Gibran.
Yes, Al Asir province is home to many Yemenis as well. So there are multiple nationalities. Of course, Saudi citizens were part. Al Akhbari confirmed that there were Saudi nationals and people of many other nationalities. Obviously, everyone knows that Saudi Arabia is home to expatriates and of different nationalities. So whenever me myself, when I travel to Umrah, majority of my trips have been on buses traveling mostly from Riyadh to Makkah. So on the bus, there are different nationalities with people whom we used to connect: Saudi nationals, Indians, Pakistanis, Bangladeshis, and from a variety of African countries as well, Nigeria, South African countries. So South Africa as well. So there were a variety of nationalities. We do not know yet exactly which nationals have died in this tragedy. We are expecting a report to come, a statement to come from the civil defense later today. But we do know that unfortunately the bodies are unrecognizable at this point, and families are being contacted so that DNA tests could be conducted to identify the victims' bodies.
Yes, and just from your experience, and it is a busy time of the year, the month of Ramadan. A lot of people converging, and these are people. You said that generally you find people who are coming over a weekend for Umrah. Does that normally happen? And I mean, do they have to apply, or do they just say, if we're getting onto the bus, we're heading for Umrah, and they do the Umrah and come away?
Yeah, so mostly during the weekend, it's Ramadan, right? So mostly what people do is they try to go on longer trips. You are correct that usually during the weekends most trips are conducted, but during Ramadan, people are on vacation sometimes and they go on longer trips. So this bus came out on Monday, which is not a it was on a weekday. So most probably it was gonna go on a longer trip of 5 days usually, first to Makkah al Mukarramah, then to Medina, and then back to Al Asir. So yeah, so this is one of those and those days which we do not want to hear about, because in the last few years we didn't hear about these tragedies because of the COVID pandemic, and very little trips were being conducted to Makkah al Mukarramah. And before that, uh, the last big tragedy which happened involving a bus accident was in 2018, when around 30 people died. 30 people died when traveling from Tabuk to Mecca. So yeah, these accidents have taken place in the past, but not in recent years, especially during the COVID pandemic and its aftermath.
Mohammad Jibran, I'm going to put you on hold. I'm going to play out, we're just going for an ad break. We're playing out a few ads and we'll come back to you live shortly.
Sure, thank you. Sure.
Platinum and diamond jewelry. Trade in or remodel your old gold. Clad yourself with classy name branded watches. We offer insurance valuation and free zakat calculation. Visit us at 534 Ridge Road, Overport, or call 031 208 9142. Voda Gold Gem Jewelers, manufacturers of fine gold and diamond jewelry.
After 11 years, Syria remains the world's largest refugee crisis.
We didn't flee from Assad just to come and die here.
More than 6.8 million Syrians have been forced to flee their country since 2011.
All of my country destroyed now, and I fear about my children.
And another 6.9 million remain internally displaced.
Our condition is very bad. We have no proper tents, nor a proper living. I have 10 children and we do not get any aid.
The vast majority, approximately 5.2 million refugees, have found refuge in neighboring countries such as Turkey, Lebanon and Jordan. Penny Appeal South Africa has been distributing hot meals and food parcels to food insecure families and provided mobile housing to those in need. Your donation, no matter how small, can make a big difference. Visit our website www.pennyappeal.org.za or call us on 031 110 0573. Penny Appeal South Africa. Small change, big difference.
Freedom Stationery supply Marlin and Marlin Kids pens to me and my school friends. They supply just about everything we need to help us get a better education, from books to files to rulers. In fact, any any accessory we need. Freedom Stationery. Education for the nation. What does accessory mean?
Southern Africa Dawah Network is a non-profit organization striving to uplift the disadvantaged and empowering through education and dawah. Donate to the SADN centers, the M.A. Motala Islamic Center, as well as our Islamic centers in Amoti, Imtalumi, Botshabelo and Castile. Donate your zakat and lillah today. Contact Farooq Sheikh 076-321-0650, Yusuf Mohammadi 072-259-3457, or the SADN head office 031-304-8000. Our account, Standard Bank, account number 050-856-294 for your zakat, or 050-879-790 for your lillah. Dawah through education, education through dawah, the Southern Africa Dawah Network.
For a long time, we've lived in a centralized world where institutions held the all-important data and confirmed all transactions. Those times are over. Welcome to Libertas Group, a blockchain development company boasting an ecosystem that continually redefines the way we do business. Our blockchain is decentralized, making it immune to hacking or alteration, putting the power back in your hands with no middleman so you can focus on the growth of your business. Libertas, the simplest investment choice you'll make.
Salam Media, your spirit.
Well, the time is just gone, 21 minutes past 5, as we continue with the broadcast and head towards the time of Iftar in Johannesburg, which is at around 6:14 p.m. This afternoon. And we continue our discussion with Mohammad Jibran Khan out of Karachi in Pakistan. 20 pilgrims that were killed in a bus crash, and just looking at the situation as far as Umrah is concerned, and we know this is a busy period for people, and many people are still leaving for Umrah during the month of Ramadan. Mohammad Jibran, just to continue with the discussion, I just want to focus a bit on the Umrah part during the month of Ramadan. We know it's a very, very busy period in Saudi Arabia, both in Mecca and in Medina, and many people are making their way. But also, at the same time, we have been hearing about the high cost of Umrah. And with taxes, with inflation, after the COVID-19 era, we know that Ramadan, Umrah is a peak period. It was a bit more costly, but it does appear that many people are finding it extremely costly now going for Umrah during the month of Ramadan.
Yes, definitely, you are absolutely correct. Including myself, I'm finding it quite difficult to make a trip towards Mecca, because before that we used to book our tickets and leave without thinking about stuff. But due to so many restrictions right now put in place, including additional taxes and some other things such as insurance, and which has tripled the cost, including due to the increase in fuel prices, the airline tickets have become expensive. So altogether, these things are making a trip to Mecca and the Holy Lands as a whole very difficult. And before, when we saw before the COVID pandemic, people used to make those trips much easier because some things were not mandatory before then, such as the insurance fees. We had the extra transportation fees, or the COVID-19 medical cover, so these additional costs weren't there. And before then, Saudi Arabia hadn't also imposed the value-added tax. So the hotel prices in the holy cities of Mecca and Medina were cheaper. But after the implementation of that taxes, which was first put at 5% and now increased to 15%, those charges have increased as well. And to top up all that, when after the war in Ukraine hit and oil prices rose sharply, the fuel cost and overall the cost of living crisis was created, which has affected the travel industry as well, where people who could plan their trips easily to Makkah had to shift their funds somewhere else to accommodate daily living.
Yes, and also I think what we found and what we have been learning here is many people cannot afford to live in Makkah anymore in the month of Ramadan in the hotels. And those that are going out for Umrah actually now are looking at alternatives like Azizia, which is a lot more cheaper.
Definitely, because the hotels near the Holy Haram are mostly now 4 stars to 5 stars, which are very expensive. You can't, I cannot quote any particular price, but they can go as high as 15,000 to 20,000 riyals per night daily. And during the last 10 days of Ramadan, they can go as high as 100,000 riyals per night. So those hotels near the Holy Haram are unreachable to majority of the Muslims who go to Mecca and including Medina as well. So the hotels in Azizia are way cheaper compared to what compared to the 500 to 1 kilometer 500 meters to 1 kilometer distance uh, near the Holy Haram. But Azizia, as you said, is quite far from the Holy Haram, and you need to make travel towards Makkah, towards the Holy Haram, and it takes again transportation cost, because if you board a bus you will need to pay 5 to 10 riyals to go there. If you hire a normal taxi, they will easily take 50 to 100 riyals. So yeah, even if you are living in Azizia during your stay in Makkah, your cost will still increase because you now need to pay in transportation.
Well, definitely. And then obviously the whole question surrounding food and meals as well, because, all of that obviously add to the cost and they've all basically gone up. And, I've seen even people that have left here from South Africa going for Umrah, some people actually packing their own food and taking it along.
Absolutely. Even when I say from Pakistan, that's the same case because food has become so expensive there. Obviously, you are purchasing there in Saudi riyals, which might have a higher currency value from other countries because Saudi Arabia has a higher living standard overall from most of the Muslim countries, if I'm correct. So obviously, when the cost of living crisis is hitting there and currency is getting devalued in other countries, food has become expensive as well, along with other things. So people are definitely packing food and other stuff before traveling to the kingdom, and they can't afford normal food or even tea. I have heard that people are packing tea and milk to go there and have uh, tea and milk over normal tea over there. And I think just the yogurt of Saudi Arabia and that famous bread, the Turkish bread, which is circulated during the iftar meals, is just the highlight right now, which people are enjoying.
Well, yeah, inshallah. Let's hope that we make dua that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes it easy on everybody and makes it even more affordable and brings more people, because this is a cherished dream for many to go for Hajj, to make Umrah in the month of Ramadan, a very, very special experience as well. So we need to continue making dua that things can ease off so that more people can go and visit the Holy Land, inshallah. But Mohammad Jibran,
Inshallah.
Jazakallah so much, as always, for your time. And I know you are visiting in Karachi, you're visiting families out in Pakistan as well. So we wish you well. We wish your family well for the month of Ramadan, inshallah. And looking forward to further engagements at some point in time. Jazakallah as always for your time.
Jazakumullah khair wa thank you for having me again. I will be definitely looking
Um,
forward to join you again soon.
inshallah, I mean, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Yes, Mohammad Jibran Khan joining us out of Karachi, providing an update on the tragedy. 20 people that were killed in that bus accident. People heading towards Umrah, they were heading towards Makkah as well, and another 29 people that were burnt. And the images were clearly horrific as far as the bus was concerned. And The time now is 5:30 p.m. We're going to go for a break, come back, and we still have got a lot more to unpack on the iftar drive this evening. And we also have got the nasiha coming through. And later on, it will be the nasiha, the dua, and the build up to the azan in just around 44 minutes from now, when the time of iftar hits Johannesburg, inshallah.